right. Hey, guys. My name is Ben, and I'm here with two of the biggest names in sports card YouTube. And we have,
One of the biggest names in me.
Well, one of the biggest names in names in Philippine professional basketball. Is that better?
That works. Thank you.
Filipino card investor.
Correct.
Yeah, Filipino card investor, Mr. Troy Rike. Guys, how you doing?
We're vibing.
We're chilling. So, basically, what we're going to be talking about today with these guys is all about how they got into YouTube, creating content about sports cards on YouTube, and we're just gonna. I'll start with Jay. I'll start with you.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna give you a product, and I want to know what relevance this have to you. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
All right. So, Panini season update basketball. What does that have to do with you?
That was my first hobby box I ever opened.
Yeah. Tell me more.
I pulled a Kobe Bryant 1 of 1 in my first hobby box.
And speaking of Kobe Bryant, what about the date, April 26th, 2012?
Bro, are you reading my mail? Dang, you got it. That's the day I met Kobe.
Oh, hey, and here's our boy, Dr. Collectible.
The doctor is in.
He's back from performing surgery, guys. So,
What's up?
What's up, boss? How you doing?
Yeah, we were all late. We were all late.
Yeah. So you know what? I'll follow it up to Doc here. So we were just talking about Kobe. Doc, what can you tell me about 2001 Upper Deck Honor Roll Fab Floor?
Yeah, so I came across that card. That was the first autograph card that I wanted for myself. I'm a big fan of Kobe Bryant, so from there, I seen 3 of these on eBay, and so happened I picked the right one, got it submitted to Golden Auctions, came back a PSA 10, Pop 1. It sold for like $3,700. I bought it for like $700, and from there, that started like Dr. Collectible. I put that into my business and things of that nature. So yes, my favorite player of all time, the first card that I picked for his autograph, and that worked out for me, man. So collecting him and that card, that's why it means so much to me, because that was my first PSA 10. Long story short, I never did get that card back in hand because it went straight out to the owner. So I don't know who bought it.
So obviously Jay and Doc here, they're both Kobe guys, but growing up, Troy here, even though he's a California guy, you were more into LeBron, weren't you?
LeBron, yeah, I mean, LeBron was, he's definitely what got me into the hobby. I'll be honest. I think especially maybe the Warriors-Cavaliers rivalry, I definitely strayed away from the fandom there. But, you know, the first memory I have is my parents saying, like, oh, we need to go to the card shop and try to find some LeBron rookies. Like, they were the ones who really got me into it. That's my first memory going after school, ripping, I think Carmelo and LeBron had that set together and ripping that, and that was really fun. And, yeah, it's crazy how far we've come.
What's great is that the common denominator in all of your guys' stories here is that it all starts with that one card, that one experience that spirals eventually into now you guys are all full-time content creators doing this for a living with the hobby you love, right? So, Jay, I'm going to throw it back to you. I have another date for you, and I want you to tell me more a little bit about this one. January 20th, 2021.
That was when I went to the Dallas Card Show for the first time.
Tell me more.
Was that right?
Yeah, that is.
Dude, you and the dates freaking me out. All right.
You know his stuff.
He has all the dates. That was the day the brand really exploded. I mean, we took a chance, went to the Dallas Card Show, and we started documenting that first show. And there was no cameras. It was just us. I had a little GoPro on my backpack. And we had an iPhone, and I was with my first camera guy, M Chief, and we recorded it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe like the card market, how crazy it's getting. And like it was during COVID, and it changed my life that whole weekend. That's why we're here.
And so I want to follow this up to like you guys too. So what was for Jay, it was the Dallas Card Show. What was the moment for you guys that you decided to pick up that camera and just start creating content? Troy, if you want to start it off.
When did I don't know. I think it was when I was playing basketball in the Philippines. I was just kind of, you know, during when COVID happened, I was back in the U.S., so I was with my cards, and I had a lot to do. And then once I got to the Philippines, like, there wasn't really a way for me to interact and engage in the hobby. But I was like, okay, if I make a video, well, first of all, I was like, I think I could actually help people. sharing my mistakes, sharing my journey and stuff like that. But so that was a mix of that, feeling like I actually had something to bring to the community, but also I guess a little bit selfishly, like just staying involved when I was over there because I wasn't with my collection, you know. So it was kind of two things that came together to motivate me to start filming.
Doc, how about you?
For me, the first thing I noticed when I started meeting people, well, I'm gonna say Culture Collision was for me. That was my first car show that I went to because I stay in Atlanta. I'm originally, 1, 2. I'm original.
we
1,
all-
2.
Everybody yell.
Did we get cut?
Test.
Hello.
Oh, hold on.
Testing.
1, 2. You good? Learned that from people. Everyone will introduce themselves. Hey, how you doing? I don't know who you are because you only post cars. I never posted my face. I learned that duality and said, let me start doing content creating. Let me put my face out there more. And from there, the transition happened. I went from collector to what I call media. I started partnering with the car shops. I started partnering with the car shows. I wanted to express the hobby to the masses of people. My thing was, for me, was to not, put this thing on myself. I wanted to expose the hobby. I don't consider myself an influencer as much. I'm not here to tell you what to buy. I'm not here to tell you what you should have. I'm here to
We're back.
expose you to the hobby.
Hey, we back.
Yeah. Okay, we back.
I feel the passion. Jeez, let's go.
Yeah, man.
I want to yell now too.
Like I'm here, yeah, man. Yo, shout out to everybody that's on this stage as well,
That was
man.
good. That was really good.
The passion without the mic was unbelievable there.
Thanks. That's how much I love this hobby. That's how much I love the individuals. But yes, like, I changed my whole mindset where, okay, I'm gonna take the media approach. I want to expose the hobby. I don't want to influence people and tell them what they should do. No, I want to expose the hobby and let you make your mindset for it. But I'm gonna do it with great content. I'm not gonna talk down on others. I'm not here to, excuse my language, but on other people. No, that ain't my thing. I'm here to expose the hobby, make it a great place, a great community, and that has been my message from the beginning. Because years ago, I was in my car, I had a house fire, and the thing was for me was that the Kobe cars that my dad was sending me for my birthday when I moved to Atlanta, them same cars, my childhood, helped me get into my first apartment. Help me get on my feet. So that, I expose that to the hobby. I want people to understand that this place can change your life. Not only mine, but the people that's on stage and the people that's out here watching and the people that's out here putting their blood, sweat, and tears into what they do. So don't do people wrong. Don't cheat people. Do people right, and I promise you, all of that will come back. I believe in that. 4 years ago, didn't nobody know my name. I was sitting in my car trying to figure out what I was gonna do with my life. 4 years later, I'm on stage with some of the dopest content creators and my first time in Canada, being exposed outside of the country of the USA. So I hope that tells you a lot about my background and like where I kind of started with the content creating and my reasons why.
That's amazing, man. And it goes to show just how powerful. Yeah, give him a round of applause. Let's go.
Mic drop, mic drop.
It goes to show that how powerful this hobby is, and you were going off how three of the dopest content creators in the hobby, right? So, all right, let's relax. Let's relax. But, Doug, I'm gonna pull out a quote here in terms of why you guys are three of the most recognizable. It's all about the branding, right? So Jay, I'll bring it to you. What's the 5% that makes you special to the hobby?
I mean, it's about for me, it's the community. The community makes, if it wasn't for the community, we wouldn't be able to create and share the stories we do. So for me, it's the community aspect. I mean, that fires me up. And if I didn't have my community, I wouldn't have Mojo Sports.
Troy?
I would say for me, it's authenticity. From the beginning, I just wanted to share my journey. And whatever I'm doing, I try to show it on the YouTube. If I find something that helps me or something, a bump in the road, or I think some people really enjoyed the videos where I shared, hey, I made a big mistake, and I just showed what it was. That's what I've done. That's what I'm going to continue to do. And yeah, real, authentic. That's really what I try to bring.
That was an interesting quote when you talk about the 5%. It's interesting because I expressed that before. My thing is about the 5% and the 95%. The 5% is what makes you special, right? Perfect that. That's going to make you different from everyone else in the hobby. When everybody else going right, you go left. I talk about not only collecting cards, like people be like, oh, you just stuck on cards. No, my name is Dr. Collectible. I collect music. I collect comic books. I collect video games. This is a community. It just all starts from sports cards, or it may start with you with comic books. It may start with somebody with sneakers. But my thing is, keep it a community. And whatever you perfecting in that 5% that make you special, work on that. And I'm telling you, it's gonna come out genuine. It's gonna come out authentic. Think about how people perceive your perspective on things. So yeah, if you all about hockey, I'ma respect that, but also I'ma open up myself to learn why you collect and how you do it. So that's my thing about being that 5%. Perfect that, and the whole 95% will come with it.
Yeah, and those pillars that you guys all have that are unique to yourselves, it's a large reason for your success and a large reason why you guys are doing this as full-time creators. Now that you guys are doing this full-time, what was the moment? Was there a specific moment where you guys realized, oh, this could be the thing that, I can make a living doing?
Oh, I'm going first. I don't know if I had there was kind of two moments, right? I think for me, the biggest one is that the first time you make $1 off YouTube is always a crazy point, because it doesn't happen right away. For people who maybe haven't made YouTube videos before, you have to get to, basically you got to get to 1,000 subscribers before you can make any type of money. And I'd probably made maybe 100 videos at that point. I'd made a lot. And then one day it just shows, okay, you made $2 today on YouTube. And I was just like, someone's paying me to make YouTube videos? That just blew my mind, that I was like, wait, I just get that $2 and that, I don't have to do anything extra? That really blew my mind. And I'm like, imagine if one day I could, raise this number, find other avenues, and this could become a full-time job. That would be a dream. I was just like, the fact that I can even make $2 off this is amazing. But mainly it's when I was playing professional basketball in the Philippines. And long story short, I kind of just decided I needed a change, and I didn't know if I could do it. So I guess there wasn't really a moment. I was just like, you know what, it's kind of sink or swim. If you're gonna make that decision to change your career path, you gotta make it work. And I didn't know necessarily that it would, but and I still don't know necessarily that it would. I mean, I'm having a good time. Things are going well, but just gotta keep going and believing in yourself. I think that's the thing about being a content creator or having any type of job that's a little bit more of an alternative. There always is going to be a little bit of uncertainty, but you got to keep pushing and believing in yourself.
Doc, what about you?
For me, before I really went full-time, I was working 3 jobs. Sorry about that. So yeah, the thing with me, I was working 3 jobs. I was working at Cracker Barrel in retail. I was working overnight on movie sets doing wardrobe. And then I started my own after-school program teaching kids about cards and made it educational. I'm at Minor Elementary and as well as Lapita Academy. So what happened from there, I was like, I will work during the week, and on the weekends I would go to shows. But I would wear glasses a lot because I look tired in the face. I ain't want people, I started looking sick a little bit. So I would say with my first opportunity, I had some life-changing money come my way. Not gonna speak on the name or the people or the individual I was working with, but that one check changed my whole perspective to where I turned 4 gigs into 1. And I went completely full-time with that life-changing money, and from there, I never did look back.
Jay?
Yeah, I'd say I think I can relate with Troy. You know, I think like it's hard to be. I mean, to make money doing what you love, it's priceless. And like being a content creator and being a YouTuber it's a lot of work. But at the end of the day, I think the life-changing moment for me was I was in Miami and I had set up for the first time at a card show in Miami during COVID, and I changed my flight to hang out with my roommate from college and just like tell him kind of what I was doing, and realizing like, man, I had the power to whatever, like anybody out here, whatever you're gonna do with your life, when you can take control of that and you can craft your own destiny through your own hard work and dedication and craft, like that's unbelievable. And I realized like I didn't need to work for somebody. I could work for myself and like really grind my way out. And I think it was after Miami, I set up at the show, I filmed content, and I was like, I'm really into this and I want to do it full time. And the other moment was when I moved to Los Angeles recently. The stakes, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to everybody, the stakes are high. I'm living out there and I'm trying to survive as a content creator and selling sports cards full time, and it got really real January 12th of this year. And you know, I've been doing it in LA and it's been amazing.
Love all these stories because it shows that the determination that these guys have and how passionate they truly are about this hobby. You never know how far that it can take you. So we're gonna. This has gotten into some deep territory. We'll lighten it up a bit. All right. So you guys have to only keep 3 cards in your PC. You have to get rid of absolutely everything else. You can only have 3. Those are the ones that you can keep. Everything else gone. What are those 3?
All right. My DeMarcus Cousins 2012 Gold Prism BGS 10. I got that when I was in Joshua Tree on PWCC. I'll never forget it. That's number 1. Number 2 would be my DeMarcus Cousins game used jersey that he gave me off his back on April 12th, 2013. My senior year of high school is the greatest day of my life. And number 3, my dad doesn't collect cards at all. My dad never watched sports except for the World Cup. My dad, I gifted. Shut up. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, that's me. What the hell's the timing on that? Anyway, the third one, it's really important, guys. I'm telling you. I spent a year trading sports cards. I started with $1 with this. We didn't make a YouTube video out of it. And I gave my dad a Jackie Robinson autograph from 2001 Upper Deck, and I gifted my dad that. And my dad doesn't collect at all, and I told my dad, I was like, listen, if nothing happens with this card thing, I want to let you know, like, I traded for a whole year to get this card, and I want you to have it. And then my dad said, well, what do I do with it? But my dad, that Jackie Robinson 2001 Upper Deck Cuts autograph, it's with my dad, who doesn't collect at all. That's my best card.
For me, I would say number 1 would probably be John Collins, flawless, 1 of 1 collegiate card. He was my teammate in college, so, and actually one of the reasons I got into cards just because I was like, oh my God, like one of my teammates has sports cards, like I gotta go get some of them. So that'll always remind me of my days in college, and really like something that's a big accomplishment for me that I was really proud of. Number 2 would be Christian Teo, Prism Gold, just a random soccer player. Probably not a single person in this building knows who he is, but that was a big part of what got me into soccer and playing FIFA, and just like with my brother playing up. That's a card that really brings me back to those times. And then the third one would be it's a Eduardo Camavinga rookie sticker BGS 9. Random card. Once again, probably not a name. It's a soccer player that most people aren't familiar with, but it was early on in my YouTube career. I was just looking to buy it on a Facebook group from a guy. And then he said, oh, I know who you are. You do the YouTube video. I'm a huge fan. And he gave it to me for free. And like would not, like like usually it's like you offer like, oh, I'll take the bill, and then if they say no, I insist, then you let it go. It was like 5 times. I'm like, no, I have to pay for this, and then he's like, no, no, no. And I won't speak too much on it, but basically, long story short, he said I had kind of helped really get him through a tough time. And kind of had meant a lot. And then so I always just kind of remember that. I think I talked about it in the previous panel. You put a YouTube video out there, you put a piece of content out there, and the number, even if it says 200 people, or the views are 200, you're like, oh, 200 views. But it's like, that's 200 people who sat down and watched your video that you connected with. So that card is kind of a reminder. I told him when he gave it to me, I was like, I will never sell this. Because I won't lie, I was trying to flip it originally. But I was like, I'm never going to sell this card, man, because this means a lot to know that I had this impact.
For me, the 3 cards, if I could get that Kobe Bryant Fab Floor auto back, whoever you are in the world, I have not seen that card since I sold it on Golden. If you are out there, it's a PSA 10, it's a Pop 1, you know you have it. Holla at the doc, man. Bring it back. Let's see if I can buy it from you. The second card, I want to say it's a personal card for me. I actually got a chance to take my dad to the National last year, which was my first time, my father's first time in Chicago. And I got him to do a collab. It was like Whatnot PSA. He got a card made of himself, got it graded, he signed it, and that's something that I would love to cherish, but he has it himself. So that's for him. But I would love to have that in my collection. And my last card, I got to go with myself, man. Shout out to Topps. I got that bad boy in my pocket right now.
I want one.
Wow.
Big League Baseball. I keep this card with me at all times. Topps decided to represent me this year or put me into Big League Baseball. And once again, like I say, 4 years ago, I look back 4 years ago and I think like, dang, I was just like living in my car for 2 weeks trying to figure out where I would get my next apartment to being blessed 4 years later with something like this. So it shows me how much hard work is. I don't care if it's graded, raw, whatever. That's gonna stand the tales of time for me personally and show how far I came. So them 3 cards, the Kobe Bryant, my father card, with the Whatnot and National collab, and then my Topps insert.
Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. I'm going to open it up to the audience. If anyone has any questions that they want to ask these 3 guys, feel free. I think we probably have time for one, maybe 1 or 2. Anyone up? No? All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you
Have a great
guys.
expo.
Appreciate it.